What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, I believe this is an individual making his debut on the channel tonight. We have Daisuke Kurosawa. Yes, indeed. How about that? Daisuke Kurosawa making his debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from SCL, and SCL want to see me react to this. It is Daisuke Kurosawa with a tune entitled DNA. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. It was always if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Daisuke Kurosawa. Okay, no surprise there. And the video has 4,900 views. Well, there you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Daisuke Kurosawa, DNA, 2014 5/11, live at Tokyo. I don't know if that's May 11th, 2014 or November 5th, 2014. I'm not sure. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I gotta pause. Let's see. It sounds like we got a guitar solo about to kick back in again. Okay. It's been fun to follow. It's definitely been fun to follow. We've had 5-4. We've had 6-8 no, not 6-8. We've had 11-8 in a halftime feel. We've had 10-8 in a straight time, which was nice. Switching up to we went to 7, 7-8. We went to 4-4. We went back to 5-4, back to 4-4 again, and now I'm not sure where we're at. I'll figure it out as we go. They're definitely having fun with time signatures, without question. I do wonder if maybe for the average everyday listener. Now, listen, I'm sure everybody in the audience is aware of the type of band that these guys are. They're definitely a progressive band, without question. And I'm sure that everybody in the audience is ready for it. I'm sure everybody in the audience is clued in. They're walking into, and they know what they're getting themselves into, right? However, there's going to be people in the audience, like myself, no idea. No clue who this is. No idea what this is. Now, luckily, I've dealt with prog a lot. So, following along, keeping up with the groove and everything is fine. But there's going to be people in the audience who have never heard this kind of stuff before, and they're going to react one of two ways. They're either going to be extremely intrigued, or they're going to be extremely turned off. One of the two. There is no middle ground when it comes to this style of music. When it comes to prog, on a first listen, people are either going to be completely turned off to it, or they're going to be intrigued, and they're going to be like, okay, this is a thing. I think I like it, but I'm not 100% sure. I need to listen to more of this to see if I like it or not. And then there's going to be other people who are going to be like, oh, forget it. I have no interest, So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to roll over with everybody, but we'll see, I guess. So far, I'm digging it. Follow the drummer. That's all I'm saying is just follow the drummer and you'll be okay. The instrumentalist, as far as keyboards, bass, and guitar goes, they clearly know how to play. Clearly. They wouldn't be playing this style of music if they didn't know what they were doing. So far, so good. It sounds good. I got no issue with it. Let's keep going here. Straight ahead 4, okay. Great. Seven. Okay. 5, 6, 7. No? Five. We went back to the beginning, same pattern. 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. 5. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. had no idea going into this what I was in store for. I had absolutely no idea. But I got the gist of it within the first minute. I was like, okay, it's going to be one of these performances. Got it. So, yeah, I got no problem with it. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Daisuke Kurosawa with a tune called DNA. This was a request from SCL. Okay, let's just get to the score. Let's just get to the score, and then we'll have some fun with the explanation. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.4. Yep, 8.4. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, at 8.4, what does that mean? Well, an 8.4 would translate to a great skill rating because overall, I think this was a great presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Yeah, A-. So there you go, an 8.4, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Ha ha ha! So glad you asked. Okay. This was a great piece of it really was. If you think about it, a lot of thought clearly went into writing this tune. A lot of time changes, a lot of feel changes that were disguised as time changes. For example, when we went into that 6/8 for the first time, but actually it wasn't even 6/8, it was 11. When we went to that 11/8 section, we had that halftime feel going on it. And then when we went into 6/8, we brought it up to a straight time feel. And they gave it the illusion that we were changing to a completely different time signature. And I mean, technically we did. We went from 11/8 to 6/8, but it felt bigger than that. It felt a lot bigger than that. And that was because of the change in feel. Very deceptive, but not to the point where you got lost. They kept things very close. Like when they would switch time signatures, they would do things like switching between 5/4 and 4/4, or 11/8 and 6/8. You know, there really isn't that big of a difference between the two. Just add another eighth note into the mix, and you have two measures of 6/8 versus a measure of 11, or 6/8 and 5/8. Take your pick. It's the same thing. They kept things close. They didn't change so far apart that you got confused. You know what I mean? All the time signatures changes made sense, and they all flowed very well together. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed following along with this and counting it out. This was definitely fun. As far as the portal progression goes, everything sounded pretty good. Everything sounded good, solid across the board. Now, here's the thing. The time signature changes were far more impressively done than the portal progression or the melodic lines. I mean, don't get me wrong. They were all really good. Everything sounded nice. Everything was pleasing to the ear. Everything flowed well. But at the same time, I can't say there were any chordal progressions that were mind-blowing or that impressed me. Not like the time signature changes did. Those did impress me, if I'm being honest. It was very well thought out and very well constructed. As far as melodic lines go, harmonic lines go, chordal progression goes, as far as melodics go, it sounded really good. I mean, it was solid work across the board. I have no complaints about it. I'm just saying I found the time signatures to be a little more intricate, and the feel changes to be a little more intricate than the melodic lines and chordal progressions go. But everything sounded good across the board. I would give the song on its own, if I'm being honest, guys, I would give the song a bit of a higher score than this. I would. I would give the song on its own I would put it up in like the 8.8 range, 8.9 range, somewhere in there. But I'm giving this an 8.4. So what happened there? Well, there's a couple of reasons for this. Number one, as much fun as I was having with the counting, okay, and I had a good time with it. I did. I had a fun time following along. It did get a little long in the tooth. It did get a little repetitious. It did get a little stale. If they had made the song, I would say about 8.5 minutes at most. Maybe 8 minutes. 8 minutes I think would be great if they did that. I don't think the song would have felt like it dragged on. There was a point where I started to kind of look at the clock and go, oh, we're at the 8-minute mark. I was really hoping we'd be ending right about now. It did go on a little longer than it probably should have, okay? So there's that. And the other aspect of this, and I know people are going to cry foul when I say this, but guys, I hold every live performance to the same standards. And unfortunately, the live show, it can help your score or it can hurt your score. And unfortunately, guys, in this case, it hurt. I know it's prog. I get it. I understand it's a prog rock band. And you're not going to normally see this stuff from a prog rock band. But I hold every band accountable to the exact same standards. I don't care what kind of band they are. So let's go down the checklist, shall we? Stage presence. Not really. They look like roadies. I mean, they were just wearing t-shirts and jeans. Not really. So no, not really there. Stage energy. No, they didn't move. Their feet were planted firmly into the stage. They didn't move at all. Stage interaction. Not really. No. Crowd interaction. Not really. No. Showmanship. No. Not really. And then lastly, production. No. The lights were just flashing on and off. They were not designed to go with the song at all. Their live show hurt. It did, unfortunately. I hate to do it, guys, but I gotta stay consistent, and I have to stay objective across the board with it. It doesn't matter who the band is, doesn't matter what kind of band it is, and unfortunately, the live show did hurt. The song was definitely impressive, without question. It was very well written, very well constructed, very well thought out, very well composed, very well arranged. I have no issue with the song whatsoever, other than the fact that it did get a little long in the tooth. That combined with absolutely no kind of live presentation whatsoever from a visual standpoint is how we ended up with an 8.4. I feel justified with giving that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.4, which is a great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.